Yeah, so Todd, first of all, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. No, I'm good. Obviously had a good pre-season run. We've played the first game now and looking forward to the rest of the season.
Obviously you had some time to reflect on last weekend, obviously a defeat on the face of it, but what do you think the team can take away from that?
Yeah, it's a difficult one to take in a sense, but you know, we've got some positives we can take out of that game and things that we can, you know, put forward and try and put into our other games and try and get results that we really want to get.
Is it important when you come off a defeat like that to look at the positives that we got, but also the things we did wrong as well, and take them forward and improve on them?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, a couple of the goals were, I wouldn't say lucky, I wouldn't label them lucky, but they were unfortunate, I would say, and they weren't direct errors, but they were goals, and we did lose 3-0, so we've got to look at that, and like you say, we've got to pick the pieces from that, and we have done, and we're looking forward to Saturday.
And how pleasing was it for you on a personal level to be back in the Premier League, a stage that you did so well on 2 seasons ago, for you to be back in that stage, back at a full Carrow Road as well? That must have been a nice experience. Yeah,
it was nice, and you know, it is what you want to do as a kid. You want to play in the best league, and to be able to do that at my local team at Norwich and to see the fans back, and you know, all of that all in one was really nice. Yeah.
And in terms of obviously Liverpool first game, don't get much tougher than that, but particularly for the newer lads and maybe some of the guys that experienced it 2 years ago, was that a good lesson in terms of the standard that is required to play at the Premier League level and the lack of clinical edge that you need to show to win games?
Yeah, definitely. There's an intensity level with the Premier League which you can't really train for, I don't think. It's being in it and playing in the games, and you know, I think everyone needs to get back to that and adapt to that, and it takes a couple of games to get back to the speed, and you know, there's no debate, it is definitely a very different division to the Championship, and like you said there, you know, some lads that haven't experienced that got a good experience from it, and yeah, we need to take that, move forward and learn from it.
And how would you describe the move in the camp and training this week?
Yeah, really good, really good. I think, you know, you, with the greatest respect, you can lose a game to Liverpool, you can lose a game to you know, some of the best teams in this division. But if we're giving it our best go and we're seeing that, you know, we were close or we weren't far off, or you know, we're looking to try and get results against these teams, then you can accept that you're going to lose them. There's no point dwelling on them. It's all about the next game, and that's exactly what we're focusing towards.
And obviously we've got quite a few new guys that have come into the side. I just wanted to get your thoughts on how some of them have settled into the team. First of all, Josh Sargent, obviously came from Werder Bremen, obviously knows me lot quite well. Will give us some firepower at the top end of the pitch. How has he settled into the team?
Yeah, well, I speak for all of them when I say they've all settled in well. I think it's a good group of lads. I think it's easy for the boys to settle in off the pitch with the players in the changing room. But on the pitch as well, I mean, he looks sharp. I think people got a little taste of that when he came on the other night. You know, he looks sharp, he looks ready, and you know, he knows how to score goals. So I think he's an exciting one.
And Christos Solis as well, obviously someone who didn't feature at the weekend against Liverpool, but someone that the fans are really excited about, and he looks as if he, from the videos that fans have seen on YouTube, that he's going to provide a real threat from wide positions. Yeah,
and I think they should be excited. You know, he looks like a really good footballer. You know, he's only a young lad. I don't think you should have too much pressure on him at this age. But yeah, no, he's a really good lad. Speaks good English as well, which was a little bit surprising. But he speaks really well, and you know, he's a fantastic player. I think he's definitely something to look forward to in the future.
And just to point on a couple of the players who've been here a little bit longer, like Pierre-Lise Malou, Milot Rashica, Billy Gilmore, someone you know quite well. Obviously, Pierre seems to be a bit of a character. He seems to have settled into the team really well. Just give us an insight into those guys.
Yeah, I've got a lot of time for Pierre, and as I do Billy as well. You know, I think everyone we've signed have been really good characters as well. You know, like I said before, everyone's settled in really well, and Pierre, Billy, you know, they're great additions, and we're looking forward to playing with each other a little bit more and getting a better understanding on the pitch. And really, you can only get that through playing games. So yeah, it's just about getting through the games now and picking up points and getting the results we want to get.
Yeah, and with the fact that those guys have come in and we've obviously got a near enough full squad to choose from at the minute, barring a couple of injuries, how competitive are the training sessions at the minute with everyone vying for a place in the first team?
Yeah, they're competitive, which it has to be. I think there's a lot of competition for not so many spaces, and I think that's always healthy. I think, you know, if you don't have anyone competing for your position, then you know, you're going to be too comfortable, you're not going to be playing at your best level. So I think it's really good that there's a hunger and there's a lot of people that want the starting spaces, and yeah, I think that will equal to a good output.
And just a final couple of points looking ahead to the weekend really, and Obviously the games don't get any tougher. We've got obviously the champions of England, Manchester City, coming up this weekend. I presume when people say Manchester City to you, they must take you back to that night a couple of years ago at Carrow Road. You must have special memories of that incredible evening at Carrow Road.
Yeah, I do. I've spoken about it a little bit today in some other interviews, and yeah, it's something that, it was history, you know, we made history, and I think we were a great example that, you know, in football you can't really predict it. You know, we probably were writ off before that game, and we shouldn't have ever got anything from that. So I think we've got to look at that with the same mentality and same attitude, really. Football's a bizarre game, and you know, if you're right on our day and they're not, then we can definitely get something. But equally, if they're at it and we're at it, we like to think we give them a good game. So we're excited. You know, the camp's ready. You know, we don't want to go into any games not trying to get points. We want to try and beat the best teams. That's why we're here. So no, I think everyone's looking forward to it and looking forward to seeing what we can do.